Finally this evening, our person of the week. Tonight, someone whose vision has become the aspiration for millions. A man who's been at the very top of his profession for more than a decade and has both an extraordinary sense of the moment and a real sense for translating that into style.
You're putting so much of yourself out on a runway. You're saying to the world, this is what I think. You know, it's a fairly egotistical thing to say the world should look like this, and women should look like this, and men should look like that. But you give a lot of yourself, and you're putting it out there for real criticism. It is, in a sense, a performance in that way.
Designer Tom Ford knows that better than anyone. This week he presented his final fashion collections for Gucci and for Yves Saint Laurent and said goodbye to the world of fashion. Critics credit Ford with single-handedly reinventing style.
Tom Ford for Gucci.
It's Tom Ford for Gucci.
I'm wearing Tom Ford.
Yes, he's a designer for celebrities, but chances are, even if you've never heard of him, you're probably familiar with one of his design creations over the past decade.
Tom Ford's influence you can see everywhere. You'd see it on other runways, you'd see it in the windows at Banana Republic, you'd see it in the windows of the Gap. You would actually see people going down the street in sort of faux Gucci looks.
That might make some designers angry, but not Tom Ford.
I love that. It makes me so happy when I see knockoffs or copies of things that I've done. What is the line about imitation is the sincerest form of flattery? It means you've done the right thing. So that's great. I love that.
Hip hugger pants, that trend started when it appeared on Tom Ford's runway. Every time you see a sleek men's suit or a silhouette dress like this one from 1995, those ideas can be traced right back to Tom Ford.
He took something that was a totally fuddy-duddy image and made it glamorous and sexy and exciting and risque.
Born in Austin, Texas, and raised in Santa Fe, Ford says his family always encouraged him to be and do whatever he wanted.
I had always been very visual as a kid. You know, if my parents left, went to a movie, I'd rearrange the living room. I was constantly telling them, you know, oh, you shouldn't wear that, and you should do this, and we shouldn't, you know, the room shouldn't be this color, it should be that color. I was visually obsessed as a child, and I still am.
Ford moved to New York in the late 70s. When he was 17, he enrolled at the Parsons School of Design, and Gucci discovered him in 1990 when the legendary label was falling apart and on the verge of declaring bankruptcy.
What I tried to do was pull Gucci back into the 90s and really put it at the forefront of fashion. I tried to modernize Gucci and make it relevant in today's world.
Ford revived the brand in a way that has never been done before. And it wasn't just about clothing.
He controlled everything, not just the design, not just the runway shows, but the stores, the advertising, the packaging, the bags that people carried out the doors. He's a complete control freak. And that's what made the company successful.
By 1995, Ford was responsible for 11 fashion categories, including accessories and fragrances. And last year, Gucci earned $1.5 billion.
Can you come stand over here?
At 42 years old, he says he's at his best when he's under intense pressure. But he's going to take a break for a few months. While he's not sure what's next, he thinks directing a film sounds intriguing.
With fashion, I feel that I've done it. That doesn't mean that I couldn't do it more, and I couldn't do it better, and I couldn't do it longer. But I feel I've been very successful at it. I've enjoyed it. But I do feel that perhaps I should challenge myself in a new way.
And so we choose Tom Ford. Gucci actually hired 4 people to replace him, although most people in the fashion world say he's got the kind of talent that isn't replaceable. That's our report on World News Tonight. I'm Terry Moran. Have a great weekend. Good night.